Okay, I think we're live from Chicago. Let's get the party started right. I'm just going to do some solos tonight. The rest of the AIG Livestream tour folks are very tired. We will see if they will join us later. I very much doubt it. People are kind of wanting to crash tonight. I think I'm going to play some first-person stuff tonight. Let me just make sure I'm... So, solos. I don't get to play these a lot. They're a lot of fun. Self-reliance, that sort of thing. Let's see how we do. You know, I've never dropped into the school before. I think I'm going to just drop right in. I'm going to drop right over it. Oh, we got a little lag. The plane is teleporting. Hopefully this works. Boom. Everybody drops into the school, but that's okay. This first one, if it's a quick one, that's awesome. I have a lot of options to go to from here if things don't quite work the way we wanted it to. Okay, so see that hatch on the roof, that red thing? I think I'm going to drop right in there, if I can. Oh, after getting a gauge. Nope, not good. I'm gonna run up this way, past that guy, down the hall. Run, 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 quick like a bunny. Where's he going? I'm going in here. At least I can get something. No weapons though. That guy got to that shotgun before I did, and that's the limiting factor here. Ah! I hit him! Let's see how much damage a good crowbar shot to the head does. 0? Come on, I saw the blood. BS. Give it another shot here. I'm going to do first person. Solo first person. That's what I want to do. I don't want to do the duo. Time to hit it. We got quite a while to... You know, the reason I'm kind of liking the first player as opposed to the third person thing is that this is kind of how I learned to play, honestly, was first-person shooters like this. Turn it to auto, numbnuts. Let's see, where to go? We're coming in there. I want to go there. Go straight down. I want to just grab the car and go. Why isn't it going forward? It won't let me, the heck? My mouse is screwed up here. Something's up. Something is really wrong with my controls here. It's not letting me lean forward or do anything else. So, I think I may have found a bug. Now it's letting me control it. Well, thanks for, like, a day late and $1 short here. It wouldn't let me control the flight. Not sure what to do with that. Hello, stream watchers. I'm going to go down there. So you may notice that the view looks a little different. This is a first-person game, as opposed to the usual perspective where you're looking over the guy's shoulder. This is kind of how I started playing these types of games. So, okay, I wasn't thinking I would have to jump that high over a 6-inch wall, but there's some control issues going on right now with the game. Look at that, see? Look at that. I'm pressing forward. Okay, there's some serious lag here. Okay, well this game isn't gonna last long. What happened? Did my controls get screwed up? I know I'm gonna die, so it doesn't matter. See, I can't control my guy. Something's going on here. Okay, I'm not going to play any more of these first-person games if it's going to be like this. So I'm pressing W and I'm finally going forward. But I'm moving, I'm strafing. Yeah, so this is BS. See? Okay, that's going backwards and I'm going back and to the right. Something is up here. Yeah. I either have horrendous lag or this server is going to crash. Can I get a gun, at least? No? Is it? Yeah, it's no better in crouch either. Maybe I'll just hide in here until the lag gets fixed or whatever. But, see, that was forward, that was left, that was backwards. Okay, so something has to be screwed up with my settings. Somehow. I'm going to have to reboot or something. Yeah, it's still doing it. I'm going to let these guys kill each other. I don't care. Walk. Yeah, now see, I'm not moving, and my thing is moving anyway. So move forward is W, backwards, right, left. Nothing seems to be working. Well, this is worthless. This server is jacked. So I guess I won't play any more of these tonight till they figure that out. So here's what happens when you press forward. Nothing. Here's what happens when you press backwards. You go forward. When you press forward, you strafe right. When you are supposed to be going left. Okay, so for some reason everything is goofed up. I'm gonna have to reboot after this. I'm just gonna chill. Where am I at? I'm there. Well, I'll at least get some points. Fill the circle. Ah, I could last quite long just hanging out here. If I could figure out and remember how they've switched my controls around. I'm just gonna have to chill. Now my controls are back. What do you suppose all that was about? Yeah, they were just backwards for a little bit. Okay, so well, I'm getting decent weaponry. I just now look at now. See, I've loaded that thing now twice. There's the third time. If I have to load it a fourth time, we know there's something up. Well, I bet you if it's affecting me, it's hitting everybody else too, so I'm not going to worry too much about it. I've bitched enough. Let's see, what did he have? Anything? Take that and that. He's got really nothing else I need. I'll check up here. I'm going to just hole up for a little bit. Try to let some of these lag issues settle down. Really, I need to do that. And then I need to drink that energy drink. And then kill somebody for their shit. I'll take that, and that, and that. Okay, here comes somebody. So that door wants to open this way. Why is there an energy drink on the ground that I can't pick up? Okay, this is really screwed up. Let's see, that one's been looted. I don't know if anybody went in here or not. I'm gonna clear it. I need that. I don't need that. that on. Maybe I'll get a sight or something in here. Hopefully somebody missed something. Don't need that. Don't need that. Actually, I've looted this, I think. So, behind me is the glorious John Hancock building. Have I been in here? I'm just gonna check. Sometimes, like, random loot will spawn even after you've been in a place. Yeah, I hid up in here for a little bit. I'm gonna check over here, see if I see anything. It's worth a look anyway. Nothing else I can get a view of people coming from a bunch of directions. Yeah, I'll take that. I'm going to drop the smoke and pick up the frag. I'm going to get rid of that and then re-pick up the smoke. Not enough space. Wow. That's what you get for having no backpack. I'll take some armor. Okay, let's see who's coming. Scared him anyway. Let's see, where do I think this circle... Maybe I should just stay put and be smart until some of this lag goes away. And take advantage of looking out windows and stuff. Hey, lots of streamers watching tonight. Awesome. Well, had a rough start to this particular game. My controls were all goofed up. Okay, I hear a guy. I'm going to try and kill him. Make him think twice about coming back here. Who's over there? Looks like somebody stopped over there. Okay, so I got some shooting off down that way. Anybody on your team? No, as a matter of fact. Everybody's busy with other stuff tonight. So if you have the game and you want to join, I'm pretty sure we could get you set up. I don't think I'm going to do much more of this first person. This server was really buggy. Okay, I hear somebody over this way. Oh, somebody got me. Good shot, fam. Good shot. I'll try a first person, not a first person, a third person game here, because That first person start was, ooh, what's this? Custom match. Should we try this? They're playing. Waiting. I don't know what any of this is. Well, I don't see anything I'm interested in there. So I'm just going to go to a first person here. Or not first person, third person. First person is too buggy tonight. So, city of Chicago, known for broad shoulders, Chicago Bears, Chicago Bulls, Chicago Cubs. Chicago-style hot dog, which is, of course, a Vienna beef, all-beef hot dog, only sold in the Chicagoland area. You can't get them anywhere else. On a poppy seed bun with hot dog, mustard, relish, sport peppers, onion, pickle, tomato. What's missing? Give up ketchup. You cannot have ketchup on a Chicago-style hot dog. Sorry. Hey, RPV, we will make Philly. Some of my favorite food comes from Philly. Specifically, the Philly cheesesteak. Can't beat that. And of course, the infamous, the world's best Chicago-style deep dish pizza, served only on the Superior Avenue location of Gino's East. Everywhere else is just an imitator, except that probably Uno's came first. But that's alright. I'm going to drop in the shelter. There'll be other people dropping up there, but I don't care. Yeah, Chicago does have the deep dish going for it. I do have to say that. Where is this hole in the ground, which I'm supposed to find here? Where is it? Oh, it's over that way? Okay. Oh, there it is. I always have a hard time finding this thing. Somebody else is coming in too, though. That's okay. That's okay. You. Philly cheesesteak is absolutely not boring. It's a fantastic sandwich. I prefer mine with whiz and onions. But there are different takes on that. Do never, ever, ever get a John Kerry version, which is, how did he have it? He had it, where the hell is the entrance? He had it as a, with lettuce and tomatoes and all this stuff, which I didn't really like all that much. Okay, now I'm just acting stupid because I came here first and then I didn't go in. I hope I don't just get killed right away. There's a guy. I'm gonna fuck him up. He doesn't think I see him, but I see him. It's the eye of the tiger, it's the king of the fight, rising up to the challenge of your rivals. Na 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 na. I'm gonna use that medkit now. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. And I was just talking about Philadelphia, home of none other than the world famous Rocky Balboa. I hope I made the fans in Philly happy tonight. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Run! I got one, anyway. I heard some noise in the building here. I'm going to step out for just a second, people. Thanks for watching RPV. I promise we're going to make it to Philly. I'm going to need you to suggest more about that, though. Anyway, I need to made the fans in Philly happy with that glorious fist fight. I mean, it was literally that. It's like that was meant to be. It was right after we were talking about Rocky Balboa. I've gotten a lot of messages from actual Gopniks living in Russia, and they loved our trip to Moscow in tribute to the Gopniks. So later in the stream, I'm going to do something to make the Gopniks happy. They're my people. They just live in Russia instead of where I live. Anyway, we were talking about Chicago and Chris Farley. Well, I will never forget when Chris Farley died, because I was in medical school at the time at Northwestern, and Northwestern is like maybe a couple city blocks towards the lake and south of the Hancock Tower. That's why Hancock Tower was such a good location to live in. But anyway, it was 6 weeks into medical school, and we were taking our first test, because they had tests every 6 weeks during the first year, and you had to learn an ungodly amount of shit in those 6 weeks. It was insane. You would cover like 2 or 3 textbooks, like an entire semester plus of stuff that you had to learn in college. You'd learn that in 6 weeks and be tested over all of it. And so I didn't have much of a life. Well, we're in the middle of our first test, and all of these things just start going crazy. I think I'm gonna go up there. That's my old standard for solo. It's gonna be a bit of a flight, but I think I'll show you a trick here once we get down. To parachute range. Okay, I'm in parachute range. Well, so anyway, we're in the middle of our first big testing session. It's 6 weeks into medical school, and we're all nervous as hell. We hadn't started anatomy at that point. But anyway, all these sirens started going absolutely crazy during the middle of the test, and we thought, now this was 97, so this was before the era of terrorist attacks, so we just had no idea. You know, who knows what the hell it would be. And this is actually before Columbine too, so that really wasn't a thing at that time in the United States. And anyway, all these sirens started going crazy, and we're taking our test, and it was a little distracting. Well, it turns out that Chris Farley was found dead in the Hancock Tower, and I suppose I could look up the official autopsy reports, but I never did. He was a talented comedian, but seems like everybody that's halfway decent dies at the age of 27, so obviously you know I'm not halfway decent, because I'm pretty fucking far from 27 at this point. Ooh, but I will take this. The gauge. I'll take the standard mag. I will put that on the SKS or the AK, and take a little smoke. Actually, stun grenade will work too. I don't need the coat, because my coat's better. Love the medical stool stories. That donut through the secret elevator tail from the podcast was legendary. Okay, I'm going to tell that again. That was funny. So that wasn't actually from medical school. That was from residency. And so I was in general surgery residency at KU. And I hope I don't get interrupted here, because it'd be a lot of fun to tell this story. But anyway, I'm in residency at KU, and it's fucking miserable. And they took our meal cards away, and like they were paying us, like if they were paying us. Do I have an extended mag? Yeah, I do. I want that one though. I'm gonna drop this one and pick up the other one. Anyway, so if they were paying us $25,000 a year. Why won't it let me pick it up though? There. So I had to do some monkey business. So we're getting some bugs here. Anyway, if they were paying us $25,000 a year, I'm being generous because like they literally paid us shit. And we're living in a major city and it's kind of expensive to live. And so when they took the meal cards away, like it was game on. I don't need that. And there was this resident there. I was an intern, he was a 4th year, and he made it his like goal in life to get his money's worth out of all that. Why don't I have any room? I don't understand that. And so he would just walk into the cafeteria with a freaking cart and just load it up every day and just walk out. Well, one of the things that we really always... Oh, God, I want that level 2 vest. I can't fit any more of that. Okay, so... Anyway, he would go into the cafeteria and load up a big cart full of food and just bring it in, and that's how we ate for a while. Well, he eventually left, and we were kind of fending for ourselves, where it was like my 2nd year that they started getting Krispy Kremes in, and we were all... This is right when Krispy Kremes were like hitting hardcore. Wow, I got a ways to go, don't I? Oh, there's a vehicle. I'll take that. Anyway, Krispy Kremes is hitting all fucking huge my 2nd year. I knew them from Chicago because there was one location down on like 55, kind of south and west of the city, where you could go and they'd make them in the store, and they had like the little thing and you could watch them and they'd come off the conveyor belt hot. So I was like all up on Krispy Kremes, but they were charging an arm and a freaking leg for them, which you might expect, because they are good. I don't even know if they make them anymore, honestly. I haven't seen any around me. Everything up here is Dunkin' Donuts. But anyway, so we're all like on fire about these Krispy Kremes, but they were in like a case, and you had to like ask them to get them. And so we were, you know, we were always trying to lift them out of there, but it was like impossible. So eventually, we scoped out like the loading dock where they came in at the morning, because we're up all fucking hours of the night. And if something's coming into the building, you're not going to hide it from us. You know, we're literally the freaking night owls here. I want to go down there and get a boat. We're like the night owls. We're up all night. We know everything that's going on in the hospital. We know, like, all these, like... Ooh, somebody's shooting. I'm just going to go. We know all these, like, secret places, little hidden wings of the hospital, all this stuff. But we could never figure out where they were taking the Krispy Kremes, because we wanted to heist them before they ever made it to the locked case. So we watched, and you know, it was like months and months and months that we were watching, and we knew the loading dock they came in. We knew the exact time they came in, and we'd scope it out. We'd have spies. We'd be watching, and like it never. Like, we could never figure out, because literally it'd come in, and then, like, maybe a minute later, we'd go into the room where we know the loading dock emptied, and it would be, there wouldn't be any Krispy Kremes there. They were gone already, and we couldn't figure out how they got from there to the freaking cafeteria, and we scoped out all the routes. We could never figure it out. Well, eventually there was this other resident, and she was pretty big, and she was really pissed off anyway, and because her old residency program closed and it never reopened because of Hurricane Katrina. Now I may have, this may have been 2nd or 3rd year, I don't remember exactly, so I'm giving you approximate times here. Anyway, her residency program closed, and she had to relocate to Kansas, and her old residency program was pretty damn prestigious. You know, like, it was like big time prestigious residency program, and she matched into a very difficult specialty, and she ended up in a program that wasn't quite as good, and so she was pissed off, and then they took the meal tickets away, and of course in New Orleans, they're used to just as much food as you can eat, man. They'll just throw some fucking beans and rice out and call it good. Well, they didn't do that at KU. And so she was more bitter than any of us, and she was hungry. And finally, one day, we take her with us on the raid, because sooner or later, we know they're going to slip, and we're going to figure it out. Well, we go back into this area, and there's fucking nothing, and we're like, see? There's no way. Like, there's no way that that they've figured out, or that it could have gotten out of here. We know it has to be in here, but where the fuck is it? And so we were looking around, and there's all these boxes everywhere because it's a delivery place, and she starts smelling and sniffing like this, and she's walking around, and she starts kind of zeroing in on these boxes. There's like a wall of boxes, well, a whole shitload of boxes that are stacked up against this one wall. And she goes over there, and she looks, and she like taps on a box, and it's empty. And we're like, oh shit, false wall. Well, we quickly cleared out enough boxes, and we look back in there behind this false wall, and there's like a little crib back there. Not a baby crib, but like, you know, like a hideout, like a man cave. And then there's a, back behind there, buried way back in there, is the secret elevator. And, like, we were just aghast, because you know everything about the building, and we should have known about this elevator, because it has to empty somewhere. Well, so we open up the elevator, and it's, right in there is this fucking, big huge cart stash of Krispy Kremes, and we're like, oh my god. And of course we very quickly got the fire brigade hauling that shit out of there back to the swamp, which is where we had our residence lounge. Anyway, so we take all that shit back to the swamp, and we're like, okay, well, for science, we have to figure out where that elevator goes. And we're like, you know, for science. And so we go back there. I want to get kind of in the middle here. You actually can't go south of these islands, by the way. We learned that kind of the hard way. Is that a guy up there? I think I want to shoot him. Although I don't have optics. Anyway, so me and this other plastic, well, at the time I was general surgery, but one of my best bros was plastic surgery resident. We get out and we go back to this elevator. We sneak around. We're like, you know, sneaking around like James Bond and shit. And we get in this elevator and we press. There's only one button. The one button goes up to this John Malkovich floor. Like, there is no such floor in the hospital, right? So we know, like, something's up here, because there's like no way. And this is one of my all-time favorite tricks, by the way. You wait back here, let them kill each other. If they come out to me, I hop in the boat and gauge them. Anyway, so we're sitting back in this elevator. We go up to this John Malkovich floor, and it's like this in the middle of the building floor where no other elevators connect to it. But then there was like, I don't know, I think he must have been taking them up there, and then we did find a couple staircases that were like locked and stuff. So I think he was taking them across there and then down to the kitchen through this like back staircase or something, because he knew that if anybody ever saw him with those Krispy Kremes, we would heist it. Anyway, also on and she found that by smell. Never seen anything like it. Best sense of smell I've ever seen on a human being. And then we enjoyed many fun times, because then we had like a schedule. We're like, okay, well, they come in at 4:30. Tonight's donut duty is Resident A and Resident B. You guys post up. Wait till 4:35. Make sure the coast is clear. Go in there. you know where to go, you know what to do. Send a 911 page to Resident C and we'll start the fire brigade. And then like this went on for some time, and then like Krispy Kremes disappeared. Like it caused this big scandal because they were delivering all these donuts, and they had no idea how they were disappearing and whatnot. Now, of course, I never participated in stealing them. I just figured it out because I'm a good boy, and I'm from Iowa, and we don't do that sort of thing. So that's the secret elevator Krispy Kreme's donut story. Man, I got so many stories from that place. Not all of them are so fun though, and I try to think of only the fun ones because I still like wake up. I mean, even like the other night, I woke up in the middle of the night like, fuck, where's my pager? I gotta go. I'm on trauma call tomorrow, and I'm like, oh, well, never mind. Then there's always the nightmare of I forgot the key to the number punch to the door to the swamp. I forgot the number punch to the call room. I mean, I lost my ID badge. I mean, shit like this, you know, like, and these are the things that nightmares are made of. Shit, when did I graduate there? 2006? So it's 11 years later and I still have nightmares about the place. So not all of them are good stories, but I did have some good times there. Let me think of one more. What can I say without giving too much away? Okay, well, one of the things you do on surgery is when you do big abdominal surgeries, a lot of times you'll have to put someone on a special diet so that they don't get sick and throw up, because you are moving their bowels around and making staple lines and doing all this shit and cutting out one piece and connecting it together, and you have to put them on a you have to keep them with nothing by mouth for a while until because when you open up somebody's belly and you start pulling on stuff and you sew it back up, even if you don't do anything else, they kind of go to sleep for a while. So if you eat something, you'll throw up right away. So, but you know, this person was very large and very, very hungry. And anyway, like every time we went into her room, she's like, "Can I eat?" And we're like, "No. You'll throw up, and then you'll get throw up in your lungs, and then you'll get pneumonia, and then you'll be here longer and won't be able to eat longer." So finally, one day it looks like things are waking up. We're starting to hear bowel sounds. Her NG tube has been out for a while, and she hasn't thrown up. And she's been like eating ice chips and stuff, which is, you know, usually that's how we do it, just to make sure. And she's like, she's like, "When can I eat?" And we're like, "Well, today we're going to give you clear liquids." And she's like, "Well, what does that mean?" We're like, "Well, liquids that are clear. So like apple juice, stuff like this, just go easy." And she's like, "Can I have any kind of liquid?" And we're like, "Well, no, it's a very specific thing." And she's like, "Well, I want them to put a hamburger in a juicer." And I want to drink that. And I'm like, no, like, no, absolutely not. And anyway, so the hamburger and the juicer story is another fun one. Whenever we get together, I don't see, in fact, I haven't seen anybody from my residency except for the plastics guy that I had a great time with, and a couple of the other plastics guys, and one of the plastic surgery attendings. So when you're a resident, you have like boss doctors, and they're called attendings. And so the attending at the time is this guy. He was the chairman of surgery, or chairman of plastic surgery, and his name was Lawrence, Thomas Lawrence. He's a real good guy. And I've seen him at like meetings and stuff later, but I literally haven't seen anyone else since then. It's not that I don't like the other residents, it's just that we never had like a great reason to get together, because You know, I see the plastics guys because I've gone to some plastics meetings, but I haven't seen the general surgery guys because, well, I don't go to general surgery meetings because it really wouldn't help me at all. And I'm selfish like that. Ooh, did I hear somebody up there? I don't know, I doubt it. It'd be pretty strange for somebody to be coming in here. Let's see, what's another fun story from general surgery? So the plastics guy, he was actually one of my medical students there for a while. I was an intern, and he was a medical student. He was a fourth-year medical student rotating through general surgery for whatever torturous reason he would ever choose that. But anyway, so I knew him when he was a medical student, and it would be my second year of residency that we'd have to go out to Kansas City, VA. And so in the summer, if somebody has a wound with dead tissue in it, which is very, very common, especially in people that have bad vascular disease, well, there's a lot of stuff in this life that wants to eat dead tissue. And one of those things is flies. And they'll eat the dead tissue and they say, hey, you know, this might be not too bad of a place to leave some offspring. And this was actually a pretty common thing that we would see there. Not just there, but if you're a vascular surgeon, you're going to see that all the time. Wow, I'm seeing through rocks here. So, and that's just part of the whole process, unfortunately. Not much you can do about it. Well, I go into this room to see this patient, and he's got a dressing on his leg where he's got one of these wounds with some dead tissue in it. And the bandage is moving, and I'm like, oh my God, where's Leahy? Because this is literally his first day as a fresh new intern in residency, and the plastics guys have to rotate with general surgery a few times during their first year, and I'm like, oh, I got to get Leahy. And so I find him, grab him, and I say, well, this patient has a very interesting wound. You're plastics, right? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, I think you're really going to like this. This is quite an interesting finding. Why don't you examine the wound and tell me what you see? And so he takes the dressing off, and like all this, well, remember I told you that flies like to leave presents behind. Well, some of these presents were like vigorous and like just going nuts in there, and they came out under the dressing and like attacked this poor intern. Well, I'm exaggerating. And they were like just going nuts, and he like ran out of the room and threw up in a garbage can. It was awesome. Well, anyway, it's general surgery humor. I don't know what to tell you. It's not the nicest specialty in the whole world sometimes. So there's a funny one. Let's see. Oh, for some reason, well, you know, Kansas City has like freaking fantastic barbecue. And we always used to, there were two places we would, well, three. There's one called the Bronx, which is a pizza place, and we get a pizza from there every now and again if we were on call. The other place we would go is, there was a Chipotle right up the street, and by the time I was a chief, I could relieve someone and have them run up and get burritos for us. Then the other place we would get from, but it was a little bit sketchy, because if a big trauma came in, you needed all three people, you were going to be in trouble. But there's this barbecue place called Oklahoma Joe's that's literally in a gas station. And we would send somebody there, and they have these fries that are just absolutely delicious. They have like ranch seasoning on them, and some other stuff. But the ER staff called them cocaine fries, because if you eat one, you're going to eat the whole. You're going to eat like a box of them. They're so good. Not that I would know anything about cocaine. I'm a good boy. I don't do anything like that. Anyway, so we used to send people there. Looks like I'm in an alright spot here. Looks like we chose right stream. So those were the three places we would go. Well, so you imagine you gain some weight pretty quickly, and the whole damn city has good food like that. Well, this was before bariatric surgery really started taking off, so people were consuming like enormous amounts of calories, and so we had people that were like bigger than that rock down there, like walking around, like no joke, like way bigger than that rock, and they would get in car crashes occasionally, and the one time we had this poor lady come in, and the fireman's like, oh, it was a high energy accident and all this, and I'm like, well, okay, how's she doing? Has she been stable? And he's like, yeah, but she's got like an open fracture of her right femur and all this. I'm like, okay, well, and so we do our trauma thing, and to dose a lot of medications you have to get a weight. Well, she weighed 612 pounds, which is not unusual. I mean, that's not like huge by any stretch of the imagination. Okay, so I got guys shooting up there. I'm gonna see if I can spot them before they spot me. Anyway, she weighed 612 pounds, and I'm gonna put this tree between him and me, and then move when I need to. And the guy's like, well, you'll never believe the car, and I'm like, well, like, how bad was the damage? And he whips out a Polaroid, because back then there was this thing called Polaroids, and digital cameras weren't really a thing yet, and a cell phone was like a Motorola Flip, and you were like rolling on dubs and that shit. If you had one, like, you were like the bomb, and we all had Sprint, and Sprint sucked. And there was no such thing as text messages. Well, anyway, he's like, well, I'll show you. And he whips out this Polaroid, and it's a fucking Geo Metro. And I'm like, nuh-uh, that's from something else. You're lying. And he's like, no, really. I'm like, there is no way that this human being fit in this Geo Metro. And he's like, no, like, absolutely, it was a Geo Metro. And I'm like, you're lying. And I'm like, well, how did she get in there? And apparently they'd taken the front seats out and used the back seat only and wedged a love seat in there. And he had pictures of it and stuff, and so that was kind of an unusual. I know there's a guy over that way. I should be good for a little bit here. Maybe I'll make final 10 here if I just chill. I'm gonna med up. So anyway, and then we noticed that like tons of people had Geo Metros for whatever reason, and if Geo Metro was involved in a trauma, it was like a fairly robust person. So I have a thing against Geo Metros to this day. It's me being mean, I suppose. Okay, I gotta go. I want to make top 10 at least. It'd be a big waste if I didn't. Huh? There's a guy. He doesn't see me. I see him though. I'm gonna let him go. No, I'm not. Yeah, I am. Okay, he doesn't think I'm coming up behind him. He thinks there's no way. So I'm gonna slowly inch my way up here. How far is this fucking thing going? Should I light him up? Headshot the autist, or that autist, whatever that means. Gotta go a little bit further. Do I have any bandages? I do, I guess. Hope I have time. Top 10. Ain't a bad game. Maybe I'll end after this. Okay, I'm at full here. See if we can spot some other people. So I know there's somebody at 30 degrees from me. I'm going to advance a little bit to this tree. Ah, he got me. Not bad. Number 8 finish. That's it for tonight's stream. I'm going to get some shut-eye. Thanks for watching. Please be sure to like, subscribe, leave your comments. Eventually I am making it to Philly. I promised Alaskan Knife Guy that we would get out to Alaska eventually. I need a city between Chicago and Alaska. That's a long-ass ways to go. I have to go to Kenai, K-E-N-A-I, Alaska, eventually. So, that's it for me. And I think it's very likely that I'll be streaming tomorrow. Hopefully we'll have more of the gang. But can't say 100%. So glad you guys were watching. Thanks for the good chat. Seattle is a stop-off, Iron City Rob says. Yeah, I think I will... I think I'll check it out. I mean, that'd be a good spot. It's not a terrible flight from Chicago in the jet. It's like 4-ish hours at the most. I think maybe I'll go to Seattle. Anyway, catch you later.